pricing will save your business if you price your business correctly. And so what I mean is majority of people do not succeed because their pricing is off or their pricing is wrong. And so most of the time what I see is like most people like, "Hey, I want to charge $150." And then I'll be like, "Why do you want to charge $150?" And they say, "Because the person up the street is charging $160." And because the person up the street is charging $160, you think because if you charge $10 less, you're going to get the business. That's crazy. That has to be that has to be the wildest thing I ever seen, right? But it's all right, aesthetic professionals. I understand why you do that. Because what happens is you don't take the time to actually go do the market research. You don't know the pricing of something. Matter of fact, you don't even break it down to understand what's your overhead like, right? You don't know how much you get paid in that time frame, so how much money you make, right? How much the product costs, right? How much the space rental, right? If you got staff, how much the staff, you got to pay the staff to do it. Like, none of this stuff you keeping in mind when you pricing. And that's hurting you. So right now, you're just saying a number based off your competition and not actually how much profit and losses you having. And so when I'm thinking about pricing, I'm always thinking about margin. How much margin of profit will we have after this is done? I don't want to break even. I want to always make a profit. And sometimes we go in there and we have this Walmart effect. Well, we go and see Walmart want to be the lowest price. Oh my gosh, let me be the lowest price. I don't want to ever be the Walmart because that means I have to touch the most people just to even break even. But you don't even understand Walmart, when they do their pricing, you might not be affected by it, but the wholesaler is. So what Walmart do is make sure they have at least a 30% margin on everything they buy. Huh? At least a 30% margin. Right now, you probably don't even got a 10% margin. And you wondering why your business isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing because you are not pricing your service correctly. And so today I want you to get over that. I want you to stop worrying about what the other person is charging and create your prices based off your demand, off of your overhead. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there like, "Oh my gosh, my car bill is this, my house bill is this, my spa bill is this. I'm going to charge $20,000. Ain't nobody going to come." I'm just letting you know. Until you build your authority. When you build your authority, you can charge whatever you want to charge. And so what I want you to start thinking about it is we call it the popcorn effect, right? So the popcorn effect is basically, have you ever went into a movie theater and then you always see small, medium, large? And the reason why is because you want to give people a tier system to pick from. So can they get your lowest thing, your middle thing, or your largest thing? And so with this, what happens is most of the time when you at the movie theater, you're always going to be somewhere here. You're always going to be between medium and large because it's not a big price difference. So since it's not a big price difference, most of the time you're going to walk away with large. And so you want to always make sure that you price yourself right. And by you pricing yourself right, you can scale. But my goal is, I call it the Mercedes-Benz method. My goal is to have a low, a medium, and a high end, right? So I always like to have something very low. That's my basic. Then this right here, most of the time, this is my best one. I love the medium. I love right in the middle. And then you got the expensive. So this for your top people, just so they can have something to think about. And so I call it the Mercedes-Benz method because Mercedes-Benz have a $500,000 car. They have a $100,000 car, but then they also got their startup car like that CLA 250, which is like probably like 15 or 20,000. But what they have that most people don't have is they have a brand that is marketed from small to big. So wherever you at, when you see that Mercedes emblem, it looks like luxury. And so this is what you want to think about your spa. When they think about you, it's not even about the pricing, it's about how strong your brand is. If your brand is in the community, if your brand is putting out content, if your brand is consistent, guess what happens? You become authority no matter what your pricing is. But you got something for everybody. And so me, what I like to do is I always put my main service in the middle. And so I always have a basic and I always have my upper echelon, right? And so what I do is I use my upper echelon right here. I use this one to price anchor. And so what that means is I always mention that big package no matter what. And so I'll be like, well, you can get this package. Well, I already know you might not need it, but you can get this package at $10,000 a month. And so what I did is I just price anchor a higher price in my consumer mind first, right? And so now they're thinking about this $10,000 a month. And so they're like, okay. And then I might be like, but I'm going to be honest with you. You need this package. And I always integrally give them the package I believe is best for them. So I won't even give somebody a $10,000 a month package if I know they ain't going to be able to utilize it right. So what I'll be like, okay, but this is what I prefer for you. This is our XYZ. This is our middle package. You got this, and this. This is the package I want everybody to take anyway. And so this might be our package at $3,000 a month, right? And so I'll always stop here. Always stop at our $3,000 a month package. Why? Because I don't want to put no lower numbers in their head. And so by you having this middle number, you want to always push people to that number because that's your main thing. It got all of the meat and potatoes you was giving away anyway in your services. And so what'll happen is if they give me a problem like, oh my gosh, this and this, then I'll introduce my basic package. I'll only introduce my basic package when there is no other option on the table. So I never show nobody all three packages. Nobody see the prices. I personally talk to them. I build it out. So when you're building out your treatment plans, this is what you want to think about. See, your pricing right now is the reason why you're not winning. See, your pricing right now is the reason why you're not hitting those monthly numbers you're supposed to be hitting. Because what you will do is you will price your stuff at $150 because of your competition, and you're not realizing in order for you to hit $100,000, you have to service 666 people to hit your first 100,000. But if you change your prices and you have this three system tier, guess what happens? Your middle price will be higher than that small package. You can make this 150 your basic, and then you can have a package in the middle for 1,000. Then you can have a package in your upper echelon for $3,000. See, I'd rather somebody pick that upper echelon and that middle package all day. It's still gonna be better than that basic package that you promoting right now. And so if you want your business to win, you have to better price yourself. You have to understand what your margins is. And if you got low margins, you can't grow because it costs money to grow. And if you don't got the money to put in, you're going to be moving slow. And when I say slow, I'm talking about real slow. Slow to the point by the time you do get the money to do it, times done change and something new out. So you don't want that. So understand pricing so you can scale your business. I'm Dontel Antonio, and I'm a part of this company called The King of Content. We're a content firm that focuses on content development for aesthetic professionals just like you. So if you want somebody to come in and take over all your content needs so you can get the time back to go focus on your patients, what I want you to do is comment the link in the bio so we can get on a content strategy call so we can help you scale and grow. And if you believe that this message was powerful, what I want you to do is I want you to share it with a friend, all right? Share it with an aesthetic friend that needs to hear this so they can grow and scale too. All right, talk to you soon.